There is a way to do 40 wide tents faster, but it takes planning. You need to know what is coming up ahead because lacing the tents takes a really long time. So if you know that next week you have a 40 by 80 and this week you're taking down a 40 by 100, you can not take apart each section so that when you go to the next job, you don't have to lace up as much stuff. I'll show you what I mean. Here we have a 40 by 100 tent. It's got 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This goes up as a 40 by 80 tomorrow. So we're going to take this apart in 3 sections. Keep an end and mid together, end and mid, and take this one section out. The max you can really do is keep 2 sections together. You have to plan ahead. We know that it's coming out as 40 by 100 going up as a 40 by 80. Now this is how we fold it. 3 guys instead of normally just 2. Not a good angle, but we got 1 guy in each end, and you can really only see the guy in the middle right now, but you'll start to see everyone else. And then we just fold it lengthwise, I guess. I don't know. We fold it in 3 times. Then we go to the next side and fold that in 3 times, and then we flip it over itself. Like I said, this requires planning. You have to know what's coming up for the next week. So when you take it down, you can plan on taking it down. If we have it at 40 by 100 and it's going up as a 40 by 100, we do it the same way because we only keep 2 sections together at once. So instead of doing 5 different laces, now we're only going to be doing 1 lace. An end and mid are going to stay together, and then another end and mid would stay together. And then we just have to lace up the 1 middle section again. So once we do that, we flip it over at each other, and then we fold in, not all the way into the center because there's a big hump in the center from where the 2 are laced together. We fold them in each about halfway. Fold it over about halfway, leave some space for this hump. The other one's folded halfway because when you roll, if the 2 ends are at the same place where the big hump is, then it's really hard to roll. And then we just roll. And you'll see as we roll, it goes over where the end was, and then the mid, and then the next end, and it keeps it pretty nice and smooth. Like I said, if you put the end all the way to the middle on both ends, then you just got this big, huge mess right about here that it's really hard to roll over. Folding them in 25% of the way on each side makes it a whole lot easier to roll up. Just to give a different visual representation, here's a 40 by 100. End, end, mid, mid, mid. Now, we just took it down as a 40 by 100. It's going up as a 40 by 80. We're going to unlace that entire section. So now when we show up to the next job, we've kept these 2 together. We only have 1 lace to do. Saves a bunch of time. 40 by 100, going up as a 40 by 100. It's the same thing actually. We're going to keep these 2 sections together, take that one out because we only keep 2 sections together, otherwise it's too bulky. Then we show up to the next job, 40 by 100, now we only got to do 2 laces. All right, so now I got a 40 by 80, or a 40 by 100. It's going to go up as a 40 by 60. We're going to keep these 2 sections together, those 2 sections, end, mid, end, 40 by 60, 1 lace. However, in an instance like that, I actually also need to know 2 weeks in advance because if it's going to be going up as a 40 by 80 next time, I don't want these 2 pieces together. I would actually want to separate them so that then I could add that in because when I take this down, I would leave these 2 together. That one would be separate, and then I would just add 1 mid. So it takes a lot of planning, at least 1 week in advance, sometimes 2 weeks in advance to know what you're doing. Keeping 2 sections together and taking 1 section out of 40 by 100 for your next week, 40 by 80. Easy, boom, 1 lace.